Good morning, everybody. No rain today. It's been cold. Yesterday was cold, cold, cold. It tried to snow yesterday. And I think some parts of the city do have snow. Up in my home, Ome. Yeah, I'm not out there this week, but I think it snowed out there. Okay, today is, we're down on the first floor. You can see it's not a sizing stream today. It's not a carving stream, not a printing stream. Today, if I shrink the camera down here, ooh, what's that? Nice backpack. It's another grand opening this morning. I think there's going to be a series of these over the next little while. I don't know how many we have. They're not all showing in the picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've got 14. We're not going to get through them all. It's a grand opening day today. The reason is we are finding ourselves in a situation where we are coming into the spring, the massive spring season, and we have nowhere near enough stuff in the shop. So we have accelerated our buying. We should, of course, accelerate our printing, but there isn't much more we can accelerate on something that we're already working at full speed on. So we have accelerated our buying. You know, we came into the winter ready to do stuff. We've been trying to get more prints in stock all through the winter, December, January, February, the time that's normally a slump for us. We build up our stock. We print as much as we can. We buy as much as we can. And at this time, end of February, beginning of March, the stock room in the back is usually full of stuff. Last year, the staff was telling me, Dave, there's too much. What are we going to do with all the stuff? It's in the way. And over the next couple of months, as we moved into March, April, May, it disappeared. We needed the backup. This year, when I came back from Canada, I look at the back room and it's empty. There was no winter slump for us in the shop this year. It just rolled on right through. So Watanabe-san and I, she's the lady who sort of manages our flea market, we have boosted into overdrive. I don't know, we go to the dealer auctions, the network of places that we get prints, including public auctions, whatever. So the last few weeks we've been buying like crazy. Some of the stuff has to get processed this week now. So we're going to have, I guess you could call it a show and tell, a 90-minute show and tell. Langstred's asking, Mokuhankan's a print gallery now. How this is going to play out over the coming years, I don't know. We've talked about it before, the lack of printing power that we have here. At the moment in the shop, it's X% brand new prints that we've made, X% antique stuff that was made before and bought. And because we can't fill the new side as much as we'd like to, we're filling more in the old side. Do we plan on stopping publishing and just becoming an old shop? No, of course not. That's not my life plan. That's not what we want to do. At the moment, what you're going to see today is simply a little bit of a desperation move, trying to find interesting prints to make this shop more interesting to people. They're coming over here anyway, and if we have an empty building, that's no fun for anybody. We would love to have nothing but our own brand new publications. That's not possible. So somebody's got it. Slumpless in Asakusa. Where do we start? Let's just hit the end of the line here. Some of these I know what's in them. Some of these, most of them I don't. Even, for example, the ones that I myself might have arranged to purchase, that was weeks ago. Now they've arrived, and here they are, and I don't know which package is which. Our subscription storage display boxes back in stock? Yes and no. We received, Naomi-san has ready to go 40 more right now. So on the 1st of March, 40 more people got their invoice for a display case. 110 boxes arrived while I was in Canada. They don't have the slot cut in top. That's my job in Ome next week. So I'm going to Ome next Wednesday, Thursday, maybe even Friday, and I will be cutting slots in the boxes, and 110 people, Naomi tells me it's everybody. Everybody who's waiting will then have a box ready for the billing on the 11th of this month and the 21st of this month. So all boxes should be wrapped up and finished within March. We're very sorry for the delay. Part of it is our box maker. It's an old couple. They're my age. Actually, they're older than me. They're the couple who are making our boxes, and we can't push them too hard. And then the other problem is they won't do the slot cutting. And the only person in Mokuhankan who can do that is me. So that's the barrier. I'm sorry. You're going to keep score. Dave, 0, flea markets. Okay. So we may not be able to answer all those questions, Tom. I don't know. This group here, because some of them are going to be split. We're going to open something, and Watanabe-san will keep some, and I will keep some. I'm going to try and keep the garbage organized. Okay, this is interesting. This is fun. This one, any of you could have bought this. This was on Yahoo Auctions here in Tokyo. And what we've got is a little package with 3 old surimono, presentation surimono. Is this too bright? I don't know. What they were, they are either, let's see if we've got the same. Okay, this one's easier to explain first. The first one here is a surimono produced by a poetry group. We have here, each of these lines of type is a poem along with the name of the person. Probably not the real name, it's probably their handle name in the poetry group. And there's no date on this. Going by the context, we're looking at late Meiji, perhaps Taisho. So it's around 100 years old, 1910, 1915, 1920, somewhere on there. But I could be off by quite a bit. It could be earlier than that. It's on thick, rich hosho paper, and it's a poetry group. And they would produce at least one of these each year. The leader of the poetry group would ask them all, let's do poems on the theme of such and such. People would do it. The leaders would pick one from every member. The members would put some money into a kitty. Out it goes to a printmaking workshop. Perhaps the image could have been done by one of the members, or perhaps it was hired from a professional artist. And the rich, deep, luscious hosho paper, and then everybody in the group would get one copy of these. They were never made for sale. And the blocks would then be thrown away. So you can tell from the poets, there's 10, 20, 30, maybe they would have made 40 copies of this after carving it and then threw away the blocks. So these are extremely rare on any individual one. To try and get another copy of this would be impossible, but they're not rare as a genre. They come up all the time. And I think there's 3 here. I'll keep 1 myself and 2 will be going into the shop. The paper is to die for, absolutely to die for. So that's 1 with poems. There will be a second one, quite similar. Oh, this one has a date, but I can't read it because it's a date written in poetic form. It's in reference to the animals of the zodiac, the 60-year sexagenary cycle. And it refers to one of the years in the 60-year cycle, which would allow us to pinpoint when this is. But I certainly don't remember them all as I'm standing here right now. I'm sorry. And then the third one, it looks like not poetry, it's an announcement of some kind. It's an announcement surimono, typically done by, say, for example, a kabuki actor who has taken a new name, or a new family member has joined them on the stage, or a sumo wrestler has taken a new name, stuff like this. This kind of public announcement would be done with a surimono like this. And the person involved would commission this from a printmaking workshop. They'd make a few hundred copies or a few dozen copies, and they would be distributed to the major supporters. And this one's faded. It was done with metallic pigments. What you're seeing here is this sort of brownie color is actually, it's akakimpun. It's bronze powder. And this would have been ultimate bling when it was first made. If you imagine what you see as all this brown, that would have been shiny gold looking. It wasn't gold, it was bronze. It would have been a very spectacular little item. Now, garbage is over on that pile. Prints are going to have to go somewhere else. Let's stack them up on the desk over there. 1 down, 13 to go. The Japanese term for bronze is red gold. From printmaking, from a factory point of view, the product is called akakimpun, red gold powder. And it's referring to the coloration. There's no gold in it. It's bronze. If you imagine taking a file to a piece of bronze and coming up with powder, that's what you get. Aka kimpu. I wonder if we're going to see any green tape today. I don't know. The days of green tape seem to be behind us. I don't have any idea what's in this one. Cardboard, more cardboard. Prints. Oh, I remember bidding on this one. This was on Yahoo Auctions also. I wasn't sure if it was worthwhile to get. What somebody seems to have here, they are prints. No, they're not. Ah, I got taken. Nanda, nanda. They're not carved. Oh well, oh well, oh well. They're halftones. They're halftones. I thought what we had was 5 images that were the tracings. Not tracings. They were pasted on, they were carved. I thought they were impressions from the key block, ready to do color separations. They're not. It's halftone. Everything, no, the black, it's halftone. These are not woodblock prints. They've got taken a little bit. Well, probably the guy who put them up also would not have known what they were. This is part of the risk when you get stuff from Yahoo Auctions. The people describe it optimistically, and the only way I could know is until I get them right here in my hand and look at them. So what it might be then, my guess is, in about 30 years ago or so, there was a boom in Japan for coloring books. They used to call them otono no nurie, adult coloring books. Not adult in the sense of X-rated material, but adult in the sense of not for children to do coloring, but for adults to do coloring. And they prepared pictures just in this same format, with the black outlines, but also with light gray for all the little patterns that were inside. And maybe if I'd thought about it a bit more carefully, I might have realized this was that sort of product. So these look like the master copies that have been prepared for taking photographs from making an adult coloring book. I didn't pay very much for it, and it's going to go into the I don't want this file. We've got a big file like that, you know. We've got a big I don't want this file, but we don't know what to do with it. If we had more room in the shop, we'd leave a corner in the back saying, help yourself to some stuff in this corner. Ho ho ho, so the scoreboard is not looking very good right now. Let's grab a big one. It's framed. I don't know what she's got. She's found something here. One of the other shopping. There's a bunch of shopping websites here in Japan. There's a boom. Yahoo started as an auction site, but people now do Yahoo as a shopping site. There's Rakuten. There's a bunch of other shopping sites. And people put stuff up there. And Watanabe-san has found something here. Somebody has got a framed woodblock print. Oh! Earthquake! She told me this one's good. She mentioned this to me. And I think she had mixed feelings. She told me it was a good one, but half in trepidation that I might want it. But oh, I think, yes, she showed me a picture of this. Yes. Okay, I know what this one is. She's safe. Dave doesn't want this, but it's beautiful. It's a very, very nice print. Sorry about banging the tripod. Sorry. Are we okay? It's back up and running. Did I move it? It's okay, right? It says we have a Mokuhankan by Shusui Taki, the guy's name. And yes, it is a woodblock print this time. No. It looks a little bit like Ito Shinsui. The name, and it's somebody unknown to me, Shusui Taki, or Taki Shusui. And it's a fan-shaped woodblock print in a frame. Now, there's no way this is any use to us as it is. We can't put this into the shop for a tourist to buy because, like, we can't get this home and we can't ship it without taking the glass out and replacing it with acrylic. So what we do with these is this. We will, of course, remove, it's all easy opening. We will remove the print from the back, inspect it, make sure we can see if it's okay, put it in our own packaging and put it in the shop. The frame, which we don't want, what we will do is we will set it outside with a sign saying, help yourself. And usually they disappear within 1 or 2 hours. That's very nice. Can we see closer? What should I do? How can I zoom in a bit closer on some of these? Nicely done. It's a Shin-hanga type style. And whether this is made, carved and printed by the artist himself, this guy Taki, I don't know anything about him, or he could have done the design and then sent it out to craftsmen for doing the actual work. I don't know which type it is. It looks like a Watanabe seal. It's not. It says Shusui. So I guess that's the guy's name, his seal. It's nice. It's very much a rip on a Ito Shinsui kind of design. But again, for our shop, there's 2 reasons why we can't keep it as it is. We can't sell it just like this because we can't verify the condition. We've got to open this up, take it out, make sure the print's okay, it's not moldy or foxed in the back. Because very commonly, stuff like this in Japan has been in a damp environment. It's no good. So we will release it from the frame first. Someone's got some information. Shusui Taki. So he did it himself, did he? But Chicken Meister? No idea. Hey, green, oh, there's a green tape, no green tape, brown tape. So this is not shaped like a print. Somebody has rolled something up, clearly. Do I know what's inside this one? No, I don't know. Somebody's rolled it up. It could be okay. Some prints are too thick to roll and they would get creased. A typical Oban ukiyo-e, something like that. You can't roll it up this tightly. But other types of prints, very thin paper, will roll. Oh, look at this. He's just put the print in the box. Give me a break. The classical Japanese packaging method, not. It's the print. Thanks, guy. Jesus. Oh, I see what this is. It's a Kuchie. Okay, it's Kuchie. Super thin paper, and luckily we will be able to flatten this. My God. Oh, it's nice. Look at this. Look at this. We've got a nice one. Oh, we know where this is going. Who is the designer? I should be able to read this. Toshikata kana? I don't know. Mizuno Toshikata? I don't know. Sorry. I should be able to read it. It's a classical. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Kuchie. Well, it's funny. He rolled it up in a piece of paper. But remember, originally, this was a magazine frontispiece. It was, junk to be tossed away. Incredible carving. This was a Kuchie, a magazine frontispiece, put in as a freebie. They were made in issues of tens of thousands together, and most of them ended up being trashed when the magazines were thrown away. Some few people, excuse me, some few people pulled them out and kept them aside. Look at the carving, the different layers, the scratch carving. This is to die for. And they were folded. There's at least one fold, sometimes two. Here, I should zoom out a bit again. This was folded into the magazine. There's a crease line here and another crease line here. I don't want to really specifically fold. Yeah, you can see there's what it would have got. It has. It was folded like that inside the magazine, clipped at one side. It would have been bound in at the other side. People open the magazine, they open the Kuchie, which is an image referring to one of the noveletta stories inside the magazine. Okay, Dave's going to rescue this. We're going to lightly mist it, moist, put it in between drying boards, and it will go nice and flat. Is there mica in the umbrella? What it is, it's not mica, it's front rubbing on a pattern. Can you see it? Look, 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 there you are. See? The umbrella has a front rubbing pattern. And maybe her hair, yep, her hair has the same thing. Let me try and zoom in. This is going to be difficult to catch. Where's the mic? There's too many creases in the paper. There, can you see it? There you are. The paper, the hair has shininess in a pattern. How old would I say this is? This will be exactly known because it's documented which images were in which magazine. I don't have the reference book in front of me, so I'll give you the range. It'll be 1895 to 1905. This is 125 or so years old. And the paper is so thin. Look at it from the back side. This is what the printer sees as he's rubbing on the back. It's not gorgeous luxe hosho paper. It's some cheaper kind of paper. It could be a Kozo Gampi mix. I really don't know. We'd have to get the scientists to analyze some of this at some point. Very, very, very strong. And incredible carving on the hair. This is just worth it. The whole show and tell, we could just look at this one print. Look at the hair. There's my finger for reference. Again, for those of you who don't know, the genre is Kuchie. Kuchie means mouth picture, which is the Japanese word for frontispiece. At the beginning, the mouth of a magazine or a book. We have lots of these on our website. Somebody maybe... Yeah, if you give a link to my collection page, we have many, many Kuchie online in high resolution in our collection. Let me get a folder for this. This one's delicate. You rest safely in there for a while. Okay, good. I'll use this. Let's look at this next. No idea. How are we okay for time? 8:24. 14 packages, some of them big. We're okay. We're okay. We're not going to get through them all. empty box. I got an empty box. It's better than a box of rocks. No, there is something inside. You know, we've never been screwed on these auctions, never. The system, you know, Japanese people are, for the most part, you know. Somebody's asking, I'm a printer starting the next stream. I'll be upstairs on the Saturday stream, printing. Oh, that reminds me. Thank you. I've got a video to show you. Let's finish this one. Then before I open the next box, remind me about the video. I took video yesterday because I opened a package of prints. I couldn't wait. Ome needs the prints to be packed. I couldn't wait yesterday. What's this? What is this? Where did she get these? Okay, we are going back to the Meiji-era here. Again, late Meiji. So this is going to be somewhere, give or take, somewhere around 1900, give or take 10 years either way, 1890 to 1910, somewhere in that window. There were huge numbers of sets published in the Meiji time, which were reproductions of watercolor paintings. There were sets of landscapes, of nature, of famous paintings, of not so famous paintings. It was a massive, massive deal. Some of them we've talked about. Some of them were for educational purposes in schools to show people how to do painting and stuff. This was not. This was for people to purchase for enjoyment. What you're looking at, let me get a bit of an angled stand here. What should I use? Let's put it back in the box it came from. This is a woodblock print based on a painting, and there's 9 of them in here. Look at this. Now, it's not in the greatest condition. It's been, oh, look at this white. We've got some kind of mold growing on the back here. Ooh-wee. I am going to put this back in plastic and isolate it as soon as we've had a look at these. These need to go in a bath. Ooh, I'll also got to wash my hands before I look at the next print. Okay, anyway, let's have a look at these. Someone's saying February, no, March prints. But they're so cool. This is not your typical ukiyo-e type printing at all. You see white on the front here. This is white pigment. Many of the other colors have white mixed in. The idea is to replicate a painting. To the extent where if you didn't know how this was working, if you give this to a typical layman and say, what are we looking at? I think most people would say this is painted, but it's a woodblock print. Everything you see here is a separate block carved and printed. Everything you see. Look at this detail, all carved and printed. It would have come in a set in an envelope. They were loose sheets, and they were sold to people, sometimes to subscribers. Some of these were done as subscriptions. Look at this. Let's just flip through so we can get an idea of the overall images here. They all seem to be by the same designer, so it's obviously a set of images from one particular designer. The toning you're seeing here, the dirtiness and the age, comes from 2 things. They are over 100 years old anyway, but even when they were made, the paper would have been toned. They didn't want them to look bright, white, and clean. The idea is they would replicate an old painting. So they never looked bright and white. Very classical imagery, very classical. I know the imagery really, hontoni, is cliched. Everything you see here is a complete cliche. But it is beautiful. Very, very nicely done. Not sure what's going to happen to these. We've got to wash them first. That mold is a bit of a downer here. So these two, they have to be floated in water with disinfectant in them. So it's going to take a while. And right now they're going to go back in that plastic for safety. I can't start the video, John, because I've got to narrate it. 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. We're going to have a video interlude. Just one moment, please. There's no big risk here. We're not talking about mold that's going to multiply and take over the building. Just it's a bit of common sense. That white stuff, I'm not really sure what it is. So just a little bit of common sense. We're not trying to massively disinfect everything here. It might even have been powdered pigment, white pigment. I don't know, but I'm not going to play games. Okay, the video. A package arrived yesterday from one of our printers. You've seen this kind of story before all the time. Package arrived from one of our printers. I wanted to open it on the stream, but Ome is waiting to ship the prints. So I had to open it yesterday, send it to Ome, and as we talk right now, Thursday morning, Ome are packing these. Let's have a look at the playback from yesterday. It's a package of prints from one of our major printers. I think there's no sound on the video, so it's just me. Oh, it says there. You can see the name. The name at the bottom is Kawaii. Honzuri 194 inside, and she's got a note that says she also did the tameshizuri, the test printing, and she's given me a note about how long it took. It says there, it took her 2 days, 10 hours overall to do the test printing. And this is from Kawaii Chiharu, our young printer, our printer who lives up in Nagano Prefecture, working from her home. Someone says, you remember it like it was yesterday. You're not supposed to see this. This is top secret. Close your eyes, please. 194 prints. This is the Unveiling of the March print. No, that was 2 days, 10 hours in total over 2 days for the test printing. She took the blocks, ran up a test, and sent it to me. I made a few comments, approved it, and then she got busy on what you see here. And I gave her 200 sheets of paper, and she used 6 of them for the test and sent back 194. And this is the March print in this year's series. And I think this is another knock it out of the park. This is another home run, in my opinion. And remember, this is Dreams of Future Past. We jump 400 years to the future and then look back 200 years nostalgically. And at the bottom, the title, I tried to show it yesterday in the video. I couldn't get the light right. The title is embossed. It says, The Flooded City. I couldn't decide whether I should put whether we should just call it Flooded City or The Flooded City. And then over the left side, there we are. And this is carved by Taran-san. It says, Hori Keisi. This is all carved by Taran-san. And Suri Kawaii Chiharu. This is all Taran-san's work. I guess too, down at the deadline there, Taran-san was working late on this one. There we are, 194 copies. And what happens now, tonight I will be making paper wet. For my group, we need altogether 350, and you've seen 194 there. And by the 21st of the month, this 194 is enough to do the group for the 1st of the month and the 11th of the month. And the group for the 21st, it's me and Ishikawa-san. So starting tomorrow for me, and maybe I think she's coming on Saturday, I'm not sure. We're going to work back to back. You've seen us before on this. So David works at what used to be Suga-san's printing bench, and behind me you see Ishikawa-san. We're going to share the same set of blocks back and forth. I'm going to make about 80 copies. She's going to make 80 copies. Or maybe we'll do 100 each. I don't know. That'll be my job. So you're about to see that printing done over the next couple of weeks. My deadline is the 21st. I'm really, really happy about this series. As we speak right now, the same lady, Kawai Chiharu-san, is doing test printing on the April print. That's the one you saw me do color separations on, the candy store. She's testing it today and tomorrow, and however long it takes. Let's get back to work. The big cat, yes. What should we grab next? Such a plethora. Let's just grab this. You know, they're all, I know it doesn't show you who they're coming from, some of them. This one comes from Osaka. I don't remember what's inside. I might recognize it. This might be something I bought. It might be something, I don't know, what Nabe-san bought. I don't know. We'll have a look when we get inside. Some say you won't overuse the blocks when both of us will print on them. What can I say? We're not printing that many copies. You know the deal about the Great Wave. We minimize it. We keep it 60 sheets at a time. These blocks, it's okay. I'm making my paper wet Thursday night, so Friday I'll be doing the key block. And then she will be here, I think, Saturday to make her paper. She's going to do some tests first. She probably won't be printing her key block till Sunday or Monday. Will those prints be available on the website? You mean the Flooded City? No, that is this year's subscription series, which is sold out. It will be back for sale sometime later this year if we can find the printing resources. If we can't, then no. I'm sorry, it's not available. Sorry about the noise. Oh, we have a real packaging. Are we counting layers? Outside, the Vegetable Man, yes. Does that count as a layer? Half a layer. That's 1.5. Oh, I know what this one is. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we're going back to Taisho. I can't read it all. Nihon Fuzoku. I should have studied up. Okay, there will be a date. Maybe if I look at the back here, I think there's going to be a date at the back, so that'll tell us what's going on. We have a date. The date, I can't open this too far. The date is Taisho 11. The publisher is Bunkado Kyoto. And what we have is woodblock prints. I don't know how many are in the whole set. This looks like just 1 and 2. I don't know. There's no numbering on the front here. It doesn't open very far. How should we do this? Whatever, just try to do it this way. We have woodblock prints, a series of woodblock prints showing classical garments of courtiers and emperors and whatever. We have numbers. This is number 26, so maybe that's volume 2. Let's go to the other one. This is maybe volume 1. Yes, volume 1, number 1 and number 2. And again, this is beyond my specific knowledge base, but what they have done, these are woodblock prints. Whoa, yes sir, woodblock prints showing different kinds of clothing styles going through the eras in Japan. And they won't be like peasant clothing. I think most of them are, well, let's see what's going on. Yeah, let's have a look. Can I turn it so we're seeing? Someone's saying, what are the black marks on the side? There is. This book has had a little episode with a candle. I think there's 2 books side by side. You can see it. You see it at the top? There's been an episode with a candle, I guess. You tell me. Or a hot stove or something. There's a burn mark up in the corner. Somebody rescued it in time. Dramatically whipped out of a burning house. I don't know. Again, I can't explain too much more. I don't know yet. We sort of grabbed this and bought this. This will not be broken up for the shop. We don't break up books like this, ever. So this will be staying in the collection. And I guess it's mostly of interest to people who are in the world of clothing and fabrics and history. For us, it's of interest as a way that woodblock prints were used to disseminate information. In the days before color printing, if you wanted to publish an encyclopedia or a book about old clothing, your only option was to do it with woodblock prints. Ooh, a bit of dork face here. This is not the world's greatest art. Clearly the focus is on the fabric stuff here. I don't think the focus is on the the art here. Someone's saying, is it a Sears catalog? No, these would not be things for sale. This is a research book, an encyclopedia, if you wish. Oh, that looks like the usual image we see of Prince Shotoku Taishi. Well, these look more like commoners now. So maybe the book is covering clothing designs or fabric of people at different levels of society back, and I'm going to just jump 1,000 years plus somewhere ago. That's volume 1. There's lots of information about it explaining what's going on. Oh, look at this. This is not your maybe is this have we now moved up the scale to the emperor? I don't know. Very much Chinese influence on some of these. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. How it's done. This must read. What are we seeing here? Look at this. What are we seeing here? Is this instructions how to put the clothes on? What? Juggling? No idea. Clothing worn by street performers? I don't know. No idea. The information is in the book. There's lots of text at the back of it. Look at this. The over-under, how it was all put together. Very good. Oh, I see. Specialized clothing for warriors, archers. What a cool reference book if you're interested in old clothing. So this will go into our collection, absolutely. At some point we'll get it photographed. Oh, look at this, quite spectacular. And again, everything you see here is carved and printed on wood. If I put my fingers under, here's how the pages are made. Oops. So the woodblock prints are made first, then they're folded with the image out, and then they are bound at the center. So everything you're seeing, every color, every line is carved, every color is hand printed. don't know what they're doing outside, but let's turn off the outside audio. Very nice. Okay, let's have a look here. What was the date? The date was Taisho 12. Oh, it says Taisho 12 and Taisho 13. Maybe it's the printing date and the actual publication date. Very nice. This is not going to be going in the shop. This will be going into our collection. So this was maybe part of a show and tell. Covering, heavy embossment on the cover, sprinkling of mica powder. This is a real nice luxe publication. The image, as I said, Taisho 12 is the publication of this book. The imagery, the style of those things are going way, way back into the Heian era. In fact, the whole thing may be, well, literally from the Heian era or earlier. Okay, let's find another one. No, it wasn't a school textbook. It was a catalog / encyclopedia, a book about fabrics from the old days. What's next? My God, what's next? Oh, I know what we should do. This is the one I was going to open when Mafalda-san was here. I sat down with her to chat and to do painting. And like I was kidding myself, I was actually going to start doing something. So this is the one I started to open the other day. And I gave up, of course, it wasn't going to happen, so. There's a pile of garbage building up for the staff. They're going to come at 9:30 to get ready for the shop. They're going to find a huge pile of cardboard boxes. It's okay. They can support us. Okay, we know what's in here. This is a Hakke series. Omi Hakke, Lake Biwa, over in Shiga Prefecture, has been the location of many series of 8 views of something. 8 views of Lake Biwa in English. Japanese term is Omi Hakke. We've seen some. I've got some in the collection. Hiroshige did a famous series. Hokusai did one. Everybody and his dog did a series of 8 views of Lake Biwa. This is another such set. And this set for me, I had never expected to get this because it really was published, the Kato Hanga Kenkyujo. When is this happening? This is being published in 1960s. The company is long gone. And I sure hope this is in good condition. And the prints are incredibly exciting. Utagawa Kunitora, Shitsu brush. Utagawa Kunitora. He would have been, his name is basically unknown to us. I think he was an apprentice, a deshi of Kuniyoshi. Somebody back me up. Somebody do some research. Kunitora is from the workshop of Kuniyoshi, or, yeah, please. Somebody can find that out. And we have his 8 views of Lake Biwa, and they are strange, as in really interesting. We got a date. We've got a date. Showa 42. I'm Showa 26 is when I was published. 26, 36, 79, 10, 11, 12. 16 years after me. I was born in 51 plus 16 years. This is 1967. What did I say at the beginning? Somewhere around there? Let's close this for a minute so we can get in here. Oh, it's got the carvers and printers' names. Carvers, Ogura Hanbei, we knew that. Nagashima-san. Kudo-san. Printers are Yokoyama and Tetsui. People I knew, I met Tetsui-san. He's long gone now. His son is still in the business. His son is working, making electric bass guitars and printing on the side. So I knew Tetsui-san. My God, 2 printers for the whole thing. And Maeda Kentaro is one of the carvers. Paper done by Iwano Ichibe. That's no surprise. Anyway, let's close this for a minute and have a look at the prints. The set is interesting because it's ukiyo-e tradition, but it shows a real jump to a modern feeling. Did somebody get some information on Kuni, pupil of Utagawa Toyo Kuni? Why does he have the Kuni in his name then? Kuni Tora, okay. Someone saying, bass guitar, it's time to hassle him to print for you full time. We have hassled him till he's tired of my face. He won't do it. So here we are, ukiyo-e tradition, but look at the design. It's modern, it's nothing to do. There's itabokashi, there's shadows. It's what was the date of the original of these? I don't know that. This copy is 1960 something, but the original prints would have been what era? Can somebody Google that for me, please? Yoshi Kunitora's 8 Views, Omi Hake. What's the era? But these are nice. David is going to be keeping these. Actually, I've already paid for them, so Watanabe-san has no claim on these. This is mine. Look, shadows. You didn't do shadows in ukiyo-e. Never. You didn't do fading on the edge of these hills. He's tried to create a new way. This is before the Shin-hanga era. And he's trying to find a way to do shading on landscape. The Shin-hanga people jumped to a more realistic approach. This is right in between the old ukiyo-e flat light, no shadows, and the Shin-hanga full modeled imagery. What's the date of the original? 1810 to 1829. That sounds too early. I'm glad I didn't guess. If that's the case, I'm glad I didn't guess on it. That to me sounds too early. Are you sure about that? Kunitora, Omi Hake, I think you've got a date that's too early there. ArtNet is saying 1820. I really think you're too early. I'm sorry. 1820 is when people like Hokusai's doing, Hiroshiki's doing his Tokaido in 1830. There's no way this is 1820. No way, no way, no way, no way. It's the same thing. He's figured out this style with stripes of color to try and show modeling. It looks kind of excuse me. It looks kind of strange from our point of view. It wasn't the real answer to the question of how to show landscapes. But I really respect the guy trying to do this, trying to figure it out. And for the time, they must have been breathtakingly new and novel. And we have here now a complete set of 8 of them. I mean, there's no way they could have done this without influence from Western work. You know, the big cumulus clouds in the distance, the perspective, the curve of the ocean, little tiny boat over the curve of the sea. Again, the same pattern. I am very happy to have these. And the fact that some of them were made by people that I knew before they passed away in my early days here in Japan. We haven't been looking at the themes, of course, because this is an 8 views. There's all the standard themes. This one must be autumn moon. I haven't been thinking about which one is which. I'm sorry. Like this, buildings hidden in the jumble. Look at that. Buildings hidden in the jumble here. That's a roof. These are roofs. These are buildings hidden in there's a path going up. This is fun stuff. We will get them photographed on the collection, but it's not going to happen tomorrow. No, this is not adachi. This is as we said at the beginning, this is the Kato Hanga Kenkyujo. Some of the workmen are the same people that also worked for adachi, but this is not Toyohisa-san. This is not an adachi production at all. So somebody's saying, I enjoy the technique style, but they don't appeal to me. So same thing to me. I don't like this form of showing landscape, but I recognize what they're trying to do. You know, this, of course, is Night Rain. This is the famous pine at Karasaki. Cool, cool, cool. That's 8. There must be, what is there, two more left? It's a little bit repetitive, you know, the way he's done that landscape, one after the other, the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. It's a little bit repetitive. It's a lot repetitive, but whatever. This is the temple. This must be the evening bell at Meiji-era. Yes. So, Meiji-era no. Hi. This is evening bell. They are interesting. Hontoni, they're interesting. How can it, you can say, I don't like it, but at the same time, it's interesting. So I'm saying, what is the tissue like cover paper? What they've done is they've simply put an interleaving here. I don't know, it's a thin tissue washi, not bad, to try and protect from the packaging. Shadows, there were no shadows back in 1820, absolutely none. I'll dig around and report back to you later. This must be clearing weather, kind of. I'm guessing clearing weather, I don't know, Kamata. Not sure, I don't know. Well, there's a daimyo procession going across the bridge. Cool. These are roofs. That's not a cliff, that's not landscape. These are the roofs of the buildings here. This guy has really got some imagination. Okay, cool, good. Very, very, very good. It's not going to happen now because we're so busy with the spring rush, but we will really try and get these photographed and up on the website. And there's no, when Adachi publish sets like this, they usually put in, excuse me, an explanatory pamphlet. These guys either didn't put one in or it's become lost. And I'm now very curious about the date the original ones were made there. So somebody's got a fantastical feel for them. Very good. And there's no way the date, somebody's mentioning 1820 or something. No way, no way, no way. Kunitora II here. Is that a different name? So same person with a different name. Some saying 1854 to 1856. That I could buy. I would have guessed a bit later, but I can buy the 1850s. No way is it the 1820s. Thank you. Okay, how's our time? What are we looking for? Big stuff, small stuff? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packages left. 8:58. We're still okay. We're about 2/3 of the way. Let's go for broke. I don't know. In the purchases we've done recently, there's been nothing this big. I did get a Thunder God, Wind God, but that's not in these packages today. It's going to be noisy. I want to protect the plastic. Can I slide it out? Someone's saying, how much did I pay for all these? All kinds of prices. Some of the stuff we get very, very inexpensively. Some of the stuff we pay through the nose. So I can't give you a single, I don't have that information in front of me right now, and I don't think I'd tell you if I did. Stuff that goes into the collection, there is there's a data page on each item in the collection that shows how much we pay for it. So for those things, I just broke my knife. I see it landed tip down. Okay. I didn't get stuck in my foot. What have we got? I have no idea what. I mean, it's a framed picture, but which one? I don't think we bought any. We didn't buy any big pictures. We don't want this kind of stuff at all. This is useless in our shop. Nobody wants to come to Japan and buy a massive framed picture. Oh my God, what is this? Oh, bamboo sparrow picture. Oh, this is the Kyoto. Look at this. This is Tomikichiro Tokuriki. Look at this. Oh my God. What? It's glass. What are we going to do with this thing? They've used a gold leaf mat. This is gold leaf, actual gold leaf on the mat, a woodblock print. What am I going to do with this? We can't sell this. Nobody would want this in the shop here. Can't ship it. It's glass. Oh. The print is nice. Oh, we've got a wood grain. Okay, this is interesting. This is carved wood grain, I think. I'm going to put my neck on the line. It's Tomikichi Tokuriki, the Kyoto guy who used to make, well, he's dead now, long dead. He's my father's, not my father's generation, before my father's generation, my grandfather's era. He lived and worked in Kyoto all through the first half of the 20th century, tourist business after the war, massive presence. My friend David Stones, who lives in Aichi Prefecture, worked in Tokuriki's workshop as a printer. It's where he cut his teeth. What's the expression? Where he learned to do stuff. We have wood grain, a carved wood grain pattern. So the wood grain here is not a mistake. It's 100% intentional. Can we, I can't, oh my God. Can we see it? So the pattern you see here, it is wood grain carved. So there's a base tone of a very pale brown, light yellow pale brown, and then a tone on top printed with not careful printing of a darker brown to give the full impression of wood grain. And then on top of that, of course, the birds and sparrows. The white is white pigment, not white paper. You all know that. And look at the gradations. Gradation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This thing would have been an expensive print back in the day. This would have been a hugely expensive print. Tokuriki did tourist stuff. He wasn't noted to be an expensive artist. This frame is worth a fortune. The print would have been hugely expensive to produce. Is there a date on it? No. Oh, they're talking about, it's a Gentei-ban. They made 100 copies. This is copy number 40, no, 10, 11, no, 10, 5, 4, 10, 50. This is copy number 45. They've written it in a bit old-fashioned. And he has signed the thing. What am I going to do with this? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nobody here in Japan wants such a thing. We can't ship it overseas. It's a bit of a conundrum for us. What to do with this? Hoo. Well, maybe somebody coming to Japan with a private jet, they can take it home. We don't have that kind of customers. I wonder if it's shippable. If we put a piece of plywood on top of that glass, or maybe just took the glass out and threw it away, put plywood in to replace that. We could ship it like this and people get your own glass back at your end. That might be possible. Huh. How much did it cost us? I don't know. I sure hope she didn't pay too much for it. Well, I'm not going to be able to top that in as being special. Let's move over. Hey, next. What's next? What's next? How's our time? We're still okay. 9:05. People will buy it if you mark it down very cheap. The problem is going to be shipping. Yeah, extra baggage charge. That's the way, you know. So whatever. We'll think about what to do. What's this? What's this? Oh, what has she found? What has she got? Look. Ooh, An empty print folder. Oh, I see. Prints between. Okay, just a minute. Let me get this stuff out of the way. I don't know how you count the layers on that one, but whatever. Not my problem. Okay, we have, it looks like just a random bag. She must have got this from one of the dealers. The dealers in Jimbocho, you know, it's funny. They get stuff and they think has no value. This is too old, or it's too dirty, or it's too whatever. There's nothing that isn't of interest to somebody. Oh, these are old. These are old. Let's have a look at this. It says Kyonaga. Now, if I was a sucker, I'd think this is an original Kyonaga, but I'm not that much of a sucker. I think we're looking at a Taisho, late Meiji, Taisho era reproduction of a Kyonaga print. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way. But there's no way you would know. The way to tell the difference between an original Kyonaga and this, the only way would be if you had museum experience with really a lot of verified originals. But this is what the originals look like. The paper now has got to this stage of being totally soft. The colors are faded and washed out. This is what an original Kyonaga would look like if you and I had the chance to actually hold one. It's going to be a Meiji knockoff slash reproduction. Yeah, the face carving, you can see. This is a Taisho era carving. So what we have here is a replica of a Kyonaga print. Kyonaga would be, what, 1760s, 1780s, somewhere around there. The real peak of quality of the old original ukiyo-e. But any originals now, the pigments used were very fugitive. And even if it hasn't been displayed in a frame or something, still it would fade to this point. But it has a beautiful, beautiful tone. So what we've got here, almost certainly, is a Taisho era replica of a Kyonaga era print. Maybe the aging is a bit artificial. But for those of us who will never be able to handle and fondle the originals, this is the only way to get close to that experience. Wow. Wow. This is not going for sale. This is staying here. I said Taisho. That's probably earlier. I don't know. '70s, 1880s, 1890s. There's absolutely no way to tell. They would have artificially aged it at that point, and there's no way on this planet you can now sit here and tell when this particular object was made. I'm very, very happy to have this. Ooh, I'm happy to have this. This is delicate as well. The other ones are different. The other ones are brighter, cleaner. We're all talking about the same era. That's later. That could be a Showa era reproduction. This one could be Showa, could be Taisho. These are reproductions that would have been made with no sense of trying to be forgeries or no sense of trying to imitate the original in any other sense than just carving and printing the same picture. This one seems to have been made as a replica. It could have been done with bad intent, to be a forgery, to make people think it was an original. I don't know. These ones, no. Nobody would have been fooled by this because the colors are so sharp and clear. So 3 by Kyonaga and 1 by Kitao Masanobu. Yeah, this one's clunky. The carving on this one is a little bit clunky. That's not a smooth, accurate face. But I am very, very happy with this one. This one is not leaving this building. Very nice, very nice. This is the cool thing about those forgeries. It's the only way that someone like me can ever possibly afford to get a print of that age and of that quality. So, okay, where are we up to? We're digging through this. What's our time? 9:12. Oh, yo. No idea. Another big one. Oh, I know what's in this one. We should save this for last. No, let's just open it. I don't know how much time we'll have left. Yeah, I bought this one. This was on Yahoo Auctions, so some of you who are following Yahoo Auctions might have seen this. I don't remember if anybody outbid me or if I just was all by myself. I don't remember what happened. This was about a week ago. All this waste, actually all this waste. Well, the ladies have a job to do this morning. They're going to come in about 9:30 and they've got some cleanup to do before the shop can open at 10. Yes, I know this one. Okay, this is fun. As you can see, they're fan prints, but they're a bit strange. They look to be used fan prints. They've got their creases in them, and they're a bit torn and mangled. And I'm really not sure what we're looking at. It's common to get fans themselves, which didn't get thrown away. It's also not really all that rare to get fan prints that didn't get mounted as fans. Because, of course, most of the ones that went out as fans, they ended up getting destroyed just by being used. So I'm not quite sure what we have here. When you print a bunch of woodblock prints to get ready for mounting on fans, the step one is you print them, but at that point they don't have lines. They only get their lines when they are creased and folded, ready to have the bamboo parts put inside. And we've also got mixed media here. Some of these are going to be actual woodblock prints, that one is, and some of these are going to be, I don't know, what do you call them, halftone prints. So far we're looking at woodblock. It could be they're all woodblocks. But these have been mounted and then taken off, which is really, really, really unusual. There's the marks on the back where the bamboo, what do you call them? The splines of the bamboo fan went up into the paper. So these have been mounted and then dismounted. Let's scroll through. Can you see? Oh, here's the mailman. Hi, ohayou gozaimasu. Mata mata. Hi, arigatou gozaimasu.
いただきます。
着払い？
あ、違う違います。
じゃない。
これと、
はい。
あと青山康弘さん。
あ、そう、うちですね。はい。じゃあ、ヨドバシからですね。はい。はい、ありがとうございました。
はい、お願いします。
はい、どうも。They're coming in faster than we can process them. Someone says perhaps they were made ready to paste on a shoji screen. No, they've got the marks. They have been, the bamboo skewer marks are here. These have been mounted onto a fan, opened up and used or whatever. Why would they come? Look, you can see it's torn. These have been mounted and then demounted. No idea. Okay, have we got a good camera view? What if I get closer? If I get closer and point it more straight down. Is that better? Sorry about the noise outside. It's some kind of pump. They're working on the hotel across the street. They're redoing all the fascia, all the front of the hotel. They're pulling tiles off and putting them back on. So a fan who realized they needed to be preserved. It's possible. I think, do you get an egg for that? Yeah, they're woodblock. Interesting. I was afraid they might have been, half-tone printing. That one I'm not sure about. This one could be half-tone. It's hard to tell. No, look at that. You can see carving blade. No, somebody's asking about wood blocks. There's no need to make curved wood blocks, of course. They're usually printed because these have been through the mounting stage. The registration marks are cut off. They would have been printed probably like this on a wood block that was just a normal shape like that. We actually now, in the collection now, we have actually many, many hundreds of such prints now, the fan prints. Oh, look at this thin paper. How on earth did they get this off without destroying it? My God. Oy, 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 oy. This is quite a find. Is that the same one? We've already had this one. Is that a repeat? Yeah, I think some of these are repeats, right? We saw this before. Oh, this is fun. Oh, look at this. It's all torn up. This is fun. A Dharma parody. Oh, metallic pigments here. Can we see the shininess? There's aluminum. What you're seeing as silver is aluminum powder. And there's some copper powder. These lines are done with copper, which I would have thought would have gone green by now. So maybe these have been really kept away from the air. There's also some akakimpun again. So those three. Oh my God, look at this. Ooh, they're on their last legs. We got to be careful with this stuff. Here, you can see, look, the after. You see the lines going up where the lines of the fan were pushed through. These have been mounted and then dismounted. I've never seen something like that before. One of the 7 lucky gods. Another one. This is Hote. Very common theme for for fans and stuff like that. Ephemeral work. Oh, and more metallics. Well, I'm not quite sure of the provenance of these, how they would have come about. Oh, I see I skipped a little one. This is not woodblock print, this is hand drawn. This is scribbled on thin paper. So, I don't know the backstory, and I think at this point nobody does. But there we are. Okay, let's slide them out of the way here. Okay, what's our time? 9:22. Okay, to finish off, what I've got, we've got a package here that the staff opened yesterday. This was supposed to be part of this opening today, but the staff yesterday got in here and opened 2 of these. So I have 2 that are already exposed. And what we've got is something that I didn't really think was still out there. You know, we have a collection of Tokaido sets, large sets of the prints that went down, that show the pictures going down from Edo to Kyoto. I did a video about these a few years ago, and over the years I've been buying. Every time we see a new kind of Tokaido set, or new to me, we pick it up. And we have now, I don't know the actual number, but 40 to 50 different Tokaido sets in the collection. We have small ones, we have medium ones, we have the regular size ones in any number. We have parody Tokaido sets, we have small postcard Tokaido sets. Last week, another one came up. This was on Yahoo Auctions. Anybody could have bought this. It was for 10,000 yen in Yahoo Auctions, and it was not really illustrated very well. Bad photography, terrible description. I took a flyer on it and thought, geez, you know, Dave, if this is another set that I don't know about, we've won something. And it turned out, yes. This is done by a publishing company in Kyoto, and they still exist. It turns out there's a printmaking company in Kyoto that I had never heard of before that actually still exists. It's Ikai Hangado. Ikai Hangado. And the address is still valid, and the phone number is still valid. We bid 10,000 yen, nobody else wanted it, and we got it. And bingo, it is beautifully produced, nicely done, miniature versions of the Tokaido in a version that I have never seen before. So Dave, when we opened this yesterday, Dave was a very, very happy camper. Packaging is the same as we see on other publishers. It's an accordion fold system, and the entire set of prints is done on one long sheet which folds up like an accordion. And they've done the alternate Tokaido pictures. They've done the one, they've included the picture with the crowd. There's 2 versions of Nihonbashi in Hiroshige's Tokaido. One has a crowd, one has a smaller group. They've used the crowd. And the other versions that have alternates, Shin-hanga, Kawasaki, the print from Totsuka, they've also used the alternate version where the traveler is climbing up on the horse instead of climbing down. And again, to show you how these books work, we're going down the Tokaido in order here, page by page. We travel down the highway. Of course, we're going right to left from Edo to Kyoto. And when we get what looks like to the end of the book, we're only halfway down the highway. We take it and we flip it over and we start coming back. So the back side of the book is also mounted as prints. And you roll along and roll along and roll along until you get to the end, to Kyoto. And that's where you started, and you can start all over again. It's a really, really, really interesting way to do these things. So Dave's a very happy camper. He got a new version of the Tokaido. Check 1. Check 2, they are nicely made prints. The gradations are done smooth and beautiful. The carving is very nice. It's not the absolute top best version we've ever seen, but it is very, very, very nicely done. Total cost for me, 10,000 yen, which I guess in dollars is, what's that? That's $65 US. This is not going into the shop. And any of you could have bought this. Okay, to close off, a fun little one. They opened it by mistake yesterday. It was supposed to be left for me, but they opened it by mistake. Perhaps they tried. No, nobody else bid. It was just me. And it had gone around. It had been on Yahoo Auction. It had gone around once, twice, 3 times, whatever. I had seen it go by, and the photography was so bad. I was thinking, Dave, this is probably junk. We've always got that. You've seen one example earlier today. I took a risk. I took a flyer, and one of the sets that I bought today was not interesting woodblock prints. Win some, lose some. Mostly we win. Sometimes we don't. We have a dress. Nice writing. Okay, what can we read? Tokyo Mei. It's Tokyo Meisho Rakuuchi. I can't read the last ones. I'm sorry. Oh, Sukeroku. This would be an old kanji for suke. This is a game. You know, when we were kids, we had a board game. Not like Monopoly, but games where you roll the dice and you tap, 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 and you try and get around. Snakes and Ladders was up and fall down, but these were board games with a route. You start at the beginning and you try and get to the goal. That was also very common in Japan. And what we have here, what we have here is a woodblock print of the board for a board game. And I was very, very, very happy to score this one. It's not in good condition. It's coming apart. And there's no way I can put the whole thing on the table to show you because it's in pieces. And it's famous places in Tokyo as a board game. It's dated Meiji 29. What's Meiji 29? That's going to be like somewhere 1980s? No, 1880s, right? So this is how families, happy families, would spend an evening back in, what's the date? 1896. And it's a skeroku of famous, a dice game of famous places in Tokyo. And you would start at Nihonbashi, and the goal must be, where would the goal be? It says Agari, it says Hakabutsukan. Would that be the same museum that's in Ueno Park now? I don't know what the museums were current in 1896. So the goal, and there's no specific, it'll be rolling dice and pop, 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 around you go. Nihonbashi, Shinbashi, Nihon Ginko, Kameido Shrine. Places I recognize, places I don't recognize. And each one has a beautiful little woodblock print design. It couldn't have been made on a sheet of paper that big. You can see it was made on 4 sheets of paper that were pasted together. The paste has now loosened and come apart. And we're going to leave it. We're not going to play something like this. So these two are still slightly glued together. So they would have made it as 4 separate woodblock prints. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pasted them together and sold them. And I am very, very, very happy to get this. This is so cool. This is what we do, you know. We try and show how woodblock printing, the Japanese traditional technique of woodblock printing, was part of everybody's daily life. It's on the wall right in front of me. You can't see it. Living with woodblock prints. This is what used to be like here in Japan, and this is what we want to happen again. Somebody says, you want these scans so you can play it. Yes, of course, we will do this. At the moment, we are swamped, swamped, swamped. The stuff is being accumulated here at Mokuhankan. It's being curated. It's being preserved. Just when we will have time to get it all online is beyond me. Udagawa-san, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, hello. We have a pile of garbage for you guys to work on. I'm sorry. So, I didn't get through it, all of it, whatever. So, yeah. Okay, it's 9:30. Let me get this out of the way for a minute. I see. So they would have folded it like that. Yeah, I see. So it folds up in 8 and it goes into the cover. So even when people had this and were using it, it must have been folded and creased and folded and creased. This is a treasure. Very nice treasure. We'll get it scanned at some point. Okay, this is probably the last grand opening stream we're going to have in a while, because as I mentioned before, my focus now for the next few weeks, the next few months, the next few years, we don't know, is going to be printing. There's stuff I can tell you, there's stuff I can't tell you. We are in a crisis here at Mokuhankan right now with printing, due to a combination of circumstances, due to retirements, due to pregnancies, and due to illnesses. Over the past few weeks, lots of things have changed here. Today specifically, I'm going to be leaving the shop here today to perform a duty that I really never expected I'd have to do. Whatever, we'll talk about it when I can talk about it. What's the expression? That's all fine. That's all fine. That's all fine. See you on Saturday morning. I'll be upstairs printing. Let's no, yeah. Have I got the print? No, I can't. I was going to show you the real life version of that print that we opened on the package yesterday, but I didn't have a copy on my desk here, so there's nothing I can do about that right now. Let's just sign off. I'll put the outside camera up. Thanks for the support, everybody. Having a lot of fun here. Still. And now I've got to head for the train. Okay, thanks again. See you soon on Saturday morning. Let's sign off. 3, 2, 1. Away you go.